Okay, so we have a Troy built lawnmower. These are pretty common. They come in different varieties. Actually built by MTD. Troy built makes them, MTD makes them, and Cub Cadet. And they're all kind of designed a little differently in the back end, but function the same. So she brought it over because she wanted me to change the belt. She put it on her trailer, sat overnight. When she was bringing it over, she smelled gas. So when she got it here, she said, it's got a fuel leak somewhere, but I can't find it. So I let it sit. I put some paper underneath it to see if I could see any dripping. Nothing dripped. So I loosened the bolts on the carburetor, and it just gushed out. So the gaskets were holding it back, but you can still smell it through the air filter is where it was coming from. I took it apart because each one of these Cub Cadet and different things come apart a little differently. So I took it apart so you didn't have to watch me struggle trying to figure out what to do and different things. And then we'll put it together on camera. Taking off the carburetor, first thing we'll do is we'll turn this around, and there's a groove where it just kind of pops out, and the spring came out with it. Not sure the spring was exactly attached. Okay, so the choke is hooked in on both sides and underneath here, so you can't slide it out and unhook it. It's just the tolerances are too tight. So I'll try to show you. It won't come out. You see the choke is holding it all up. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the entire assembly, 2 bolts. And now we'll see if we can get this off. And the tire is in the way, so you got to kind of kink it up, and then we'll be able to take this and pop it off. And then we'll disconnect the fuel shut-off solenoid. Okay, so here's the new carburetor. We'll hook the choke up. Okay, there's a spacer here we gotta make sure that we don't forget. spring popped out on me, so I had to put it back. Wasn't hard. Oh, came with a safety. The new carburetor came in with a little clip to hold it in place. So the choke seems to be working. Throttle, it's working. So we'll hook the solenoid back up. Okay, on the fuel line, she's got a shutoff valve, and then she's got this little adapter to put the hose onto that runs it over to the carburetor. But she doesn't have a fuel filter, so I thought I'd change this out for a fuel filter. I'm just going to take this off, I think, off the fuel shutoff valve and do it right. This thing's all stuck. Replace the hose. Okay, so I'm replacing this hose. I don't know where I left off on my filming, so Okay, so now I'm going to turn on the fuel line shut-off valve, and we're going to see if there's any leaks. I'll just leave it alone. The vent tube to the gas tank, that vents the gas tank, is really in bad shape. So we're going to replace that also. Put on a new gasket. Now the challenge is you got to get this around, you got to stretch it out into the carburetor. So I'm going to take out the oil dipstick because that holds it up a bit. This is the entire shroud. Okay, so I missed it on the camera, but I had to get this bolt hole, and this bolt hole to line up, the two on the carburetor, and the two in the very back here all had to line up by stretching and yanking and pulling. So, oh, and the oil dipstick too had to line up. Okay, so now we have to put this metal frame back. It's gonna be hard for you to see, but I got to do the same thing over here, except there's 3 pieces of metal that's got to line up. Okay, so we got to bring the plastic shroud back, but I got to remember to plug these wires in. Okay, so when I turn the key, it's clicking. Carburetor solenoid, so everything's hooked up correctly. Okay, so now we'll put the gas cap on. Alright, so next we have these retaining pins. And all these do is slide in, and then you push the pin inside. So this goes into the hole, this goes into the here, and that holds it up in place. Okay, so now I don't see any leaks from the carburetor. I'm going to go ahead and tighten up the carburetor. So now we'll put on the seat. Now this thing has a million safety features, so I gotta make sure I get them all engaged in order to get this thing started. So. Not sure how she ever got it started. She said it ran. The choke was misadjusted. So all I had to do, I wish I'd have done it on camera now, but it was kind of hard to show you. So what I did was I put the throttle lever at the control panel all the way to choke. I loosened this nut and then I pulled this cable back until the choke was all the way forward. So now you'll see this will go all the way forward. See? That's the choke. So it was too far forward. The throttle cable was. So as complicated as that was, we were still able to do it under the shade tree. So if you'll click this up next box, it'll take you to a video where I showed you how to order parts. So I hope this video helps you work on your equipment under the shade tree. Thanks for watching.